What's up, guys? Jason Payne, your host of the Sexy Business Status Podcast. And boy, do we. So first of all, I got the cool new backdrop that I always wanted to do, but didn't have the money to do it. And finally, cut a check and made it happen. So super excited for that. But I got to bring on one of my homies, local dude, Arizona. Are you from Arizona?
Yeah.
Arizona cat. Okay. My buddy, Weston Wiltbank, from Pima, Arizona. Now, 99% of the world doesn't, even in 99% of Arizonans don't even know where Pima, Arizona is.
Right.
It's a really big stop sign. That's about it.
Oh, yeah, it's nothing, pretty much.
What's the population there?
Well, the Pima is probably like maybe 2,000. The whole Gila Valley as a whole, like 20,000, maybe.
So have you heard like Thatcher? Safford's the biggest one out of all of them.
Yeah.
So Safford's the biggest one. You got Thatcher. There's one called Central.
Yep.
Pima.
So we just moved from with Central. Population of like 100 people, maybe 50 people.
Yeah. They're all related. It's weird.
Yeah.
So, a little side story. So, as I bring in Weston, I want you guys like, well, what's the relevant? What are you talking about? Where he's from? That kind of stuff. I want you guys to know that like a lot of these people that I bring on didn't come from money. They didn't come from huge upbringings. They didn't come from big backgrounds, the big cities. These dudes like came from nothing and chose to become something. And you're best friends with Braven.
Yep.
Right? Braven Grant, good buddy of ours. And so we're going to kind of walk you guys through this. So Weston's an entrepreneur. Like I said, caters to the blue collar guys and others as well too, but we're going to get into the business side of things. Married, has kiddos.
Yep. Two. One on the way, just found out it's a girl yesterday.
One and a half. Yeah.
1.5.
Okay. I knew you had one and you're pregnant, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
Cool. And this is, June of 2026. But yeah, so we got a kiddo, so we got a family, got a wife. So all those, I call them opportunities. I used to call them like distractions. Like they're not a distraction because that's why we're doing what we do.
It's the point, bro.
Right. But I was like, I was using the word distraction. I'm like, that's not a distraction. Like obligation, like responsibility. Yeah. I call it opportunity. Like you have an opportunity to be married, an opportunity to have kids. Because not people get to have those opportunities. Right. So we're going to go through all that stuff. So the point of my podcast that I do for people that listen is we talk about business, the four categories, like personal development, right? Your relationship with God. We talk about family stuff, right? So wife, kiddos, and we talk about business, all three of those, because a lot of guys only want to talk about the business side of marketing and sales and all that stuff. We'll get into that. A lot of people only talk about personal development, right? You talk about a coach, like those guys only talk about personal development. They don't talk anything business.
Right.
And then you have other ones like therapists that only talk about family.
Right.
And so I bring in all three because in my day-to-day life, I work with and deal with all three on a daily basis. But I feel like most people don't have the balls to bring up all three because it's not cool. It's not flashy. They're hard conversations.
Hard, bro. Yeah.
Like it's real shit.
It's insanity.
So we're gonna tap into all those. So you came from Pima, Arizona, right? Small. What was your graduating class?
So actually, I came from Pima. I come from actually Safford's where I went to school.
Okay.
So Gila Valley, same place. Yeah. My graduating class, Safford's actually the biggest of the three. We had like 250 maybe 200 people, maybe. Okay. Yeah, not very many.
But Pima doesn't have a high school. Pima does have a high school.
Pima has high school. Pima's graduating class was maybe like 60 or 70, I think.
Yeah.
Like it's way smaller. Yeah.
Bro, because I mean here, like Gilbert High, where I went, like you're talking
thousands,
minimum 1,000.
Yeah,
it's crazy. So
not a lot of people.
So coming from a small town and your upbringing, like where was the shift from? This is a big question, right? But where's the shift from going to a little small town of a couple hundred people, a couple thousand people, 20,000 people for the entire town, multiple cities, and I call it, just being blunt, I call it that scarcity mindset, that low key, chill, like. A lot of people don't make money in those areas.
Right.
They also don't have a lot of expenses, right? And they don't have nice houses or nice cars. Yeah. They drive older stuff, have older stuff. They pay everything cash because they don't want to have payments.
Yeah. So it's old school. Yeah.
Like old
school and traditional and just.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Works for a lot of people.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Right? But there's also like cons to it.
Mm-hmm.
So walk me through, you're going through, were you working in high school or were you playing ball?
Like in high school?
Yeah.
No, I was playing basketball and football.
Basketball and football. Okay,
Yep.
Cool.
Played a lot of sports.
So a lot of sports, not working though, really.
No, I mean in the summertime we
Okay.
did some fencing, some ranching, stuff like that, but
Yeah,
not
but
really. Roofing actually in the summertime, yeah,
There you
but
go. There you go.
not
But
working.
there's in the summer. Oh, that's right. I was a lifeguard. I baled hay and I cut lawns.
Yep.
So I had 3 jobs in the summer,
Yep.
apart from playing baseball full time. So,
And you grew up here, yeah?
yeah.
Okay.
Gilbert. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, down the street. So, okay. So playing sports, graduate high school. What happens?
I immediately leave on a mission like 2 months later. So leave on a mission to Nebraska,
Okay.
Spanish speaking. Go on mission and I come home.
Spanish speaking.
Spanish speaking in
Hablas
Nebraska.
español.
Yeah, bro.
That's money.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I used to.
Nebraskan Spanish too, right?
Midwestern Spanish, bro.
Dude, that's a whole. That's like a dialect by itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So get home and then really like my whole plan was.
So you're 20.
I'm like 20. Yeah, 20, 21, turning 21.
Okay.
I think. And my whole plan was really like I'm gonna go be an anesthesiologist because my thought was in my town, like growing up, the only people that could possibly make money would be like a doctor. And so my first thought was like, okay, I want to make money. I have to be a doctor. So that's kind of where I went.
That's so funny because the Rioses that you know, right? So Chrissy Rios,
Yeah.
she's is it a Jacob? Is that her last name?
She's my preschool teacher.
Was she really?
She was, yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Her
Miss Sherry, Miss
husband
Chrissy.
is, well, I forgot what her last name is, but he is or was a doctor. But yeah, he'd go on like crazy Mexico hunts and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But I was like, but bro, you live in Safford, right? So like it's crazy in that small town. Like
Yeah.
you have like everybody that makes this much money, and there is relevance to like the income thing that I'm talking about here in a minute. But like then you have like then there's like 2 basically tax brackets. You have like 90% of those little town guys right here, and you're talking like sub 75 grand.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have the ones that
Good job, by the way.
good job.
Yeah.
Good job, 9 to 5, pays your bills, pay your tithing, go to the temple, do your dance, right?
Yep.
The traditional thing.
Yeah.
So my dad's from Safford.
Oh, really?
My
I didn't
mom's
know
from
that.
oh yeah, dude. My dad's from Thatcher.
crazy.
If I get that wrong, I'm gonna get punched in the face. My mom's from Safford. She's a bulldog. My dad's from Thatcher. He's an eagle.
Okay.
I went to EA and I stayed with Loretta Molyneux, right there by the tracks. And I went and played baseball at EA for a semester before my mission. And so like my dad grew up on a pig farm. So talk about like impoverished. I mean like, dude, rice and beans, like not a freaking dollar, bunch of kids. So I know exactly that small town feel.
Yeah.
Then my dad got married and then moved down to Mesa or Gilbert and they've been here ever since.
The big city. Yeah.
The big city back in the day was still like 100,000 people instead of 20. Now it's however many millions. But okay, so the point of it being is you're there, you get home from your mission, and what did you start doing?
So immediately, like I had a little scholarship to go to school, and so I go to EA just to go to EA.
So pay attention. He went to school just to go to school.
Just because I thought
Dude,
it was
don't fucking do that.
It's crazy. Actually, that's an interesting
Drives me
thought.
nuts.
Yeah, because so many times kids are like, okay, I'm gonna go to school just to say that they're doing something. You know what I mean? Like they're not really doing anything. That was me. I wasn't really doing anything.
It's socially accepted.
It is.
What are you going to school for? I don't know.
My general studies. Yeah.
Yeah, my general in what?
Yeah.
So you're spending all this money.
Yeah.
Now EA is very cheap, but but most of the time you're talking like student loans,
Right.
student debt. By the way, fun little tip: guess how much debt I incurred from going into blue collar, going into roofing? $0 fucking.
Yeah, zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
So you want to like go into blue collar trades, and even if you like go to like a school, like a tech school, most big companies, if you work for them for like 3 to 5 years, they'll pay for your school.
Yeah, they'll train
And
you.
even then, that's nothing. It's under 6 figures,
Yep.
right? Not these. I mean, these guys are pulling out 3, 4, 500,000 or multi-million dollar
Especially now, dude.
loans for school.
Yeah.
But like, if that's the route you want to go, and you're going to go into law or be an anesthesiologist, or like you know exactly where you want to go, you know exactly what you want to do, then and you go that route,
Beautiful.
then do it.
Yeah.
But don't just go to school to go to school.
Right.
Dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
Now, this is my take. This is my opinion. To each their own. But I just don't see any value in it. I just don't. I'd rather have trench work. So my brother, for example, my brother's a roofer. He actually, funny story. But my brother's a roofer because he went to Utah State on a scholarship.
Okay.
Right? Played lacrosse. And he's smart. Went there. Didn't know what he wanted to do, but just had a free, hey, we're going to give you free money. Come play for 4 years.
Yeah.
So 4 years. So I go into roofing 4 years. So I have 4 full years, 100-hour weeks, literally 100-hour weeks.
In the trenches.
In the trenches of 4 years. He went to Utah State, right? Froze his ass off. Logan, right? Freaking freezing cold up there. And comes back. He has a degree in general business management, whatever that label bullshit is, and a minor in Spanish. Comes back and come and ask me for a job. The blue collar guy.
Yeah,
right?
didn't go to school. Yeah,
that didn't go to school. I went to Chandler Gilbert for like 2 semesters, and I was like, this is dumb. This is the stupidest thing ever for me. And so I had 4 years of like roofing experience, what to expect, talking to the guys, talking to the suppliers, talking to homeowners, selling stuff, producing stuff, knowing how a project goes together and the systems and the processes and all those things. You learn none of that in any classroom.
No. And by the time you actually do learn something, like especially in the marketing world, by the time you like anybody that wants to go into marketing, they're like, I'm going to go to school for marketing. And like by the time you get out of school, like everything is different. Everything's changed, by the way.
Yeah, you learn Facebook and Instagram ads, and all of a sudden this thing called AI comes in and freaking just destroys you.
All of a sudden next week everything's different. So
the algorithm changed and you didn't even know. Like nobody updated you.
Literally.
Right. Okay, so you go to school.
I go to school to be an anesthesiologist.
At EA.
At EA.
Okay.
Well, I went to school to be a nurse anesthetist, which is like a nurse version. It was like a shorter path. And back then it was like, I'm going to make 150 grand a year doing this job was what I was told. And I was like, this is like the greatest thing ever. I'm going to go make 150 grand. I'm going to go to school for 6 years.
Which is double what the average income of everyone you talk to, everyone you hang out with, family, everything.
Like I was going to be set, right? So like in this short time, I go to school and my wife, we're dating. And you got a little on you, brother.
I did. No, what just happened? That was fun.
We go to school, and I sell her on this dream of like, hey, I'm going to go be a nurse anesthetist. She's like, oh my gosh, you're the best. I'm going to marry you. Perfect. We get married in January. The next week's classes actually start at EA, and I go to my first nursing class, and they tell us you have to do something called clinicals. And clinicals, if anybody watching this knows what clinicals is, you have to go to like a care or what's it called, like a old folks home or like a
assisted living,
like senior citizen care home, and you have to like assist them, and that includes like cleaning, like doing a lot of things that they can't do on their own, right? Like showering them, cleaning them up. And this might sound really bad, but like I didn't know that, and I rose my hand. I was like, "Do we have to do clinicals?" And the lady was like, "Yes." And in that moment, bro, immediately I knew. I was like, "This isn't for me. Like this is not for me." And I'm 10, 15 minutes into this class, probably longer, like 30 minutes. I pack my bag, put my stuff in my bag. Day one. And I leave the class and I don't come back. And I go home and I tell my wife, we've been married for like a week. And I tell her like, hey, I'm not going to nursing school, by the way.
This dream, this vision, this money.
Yeah.
Day one, 30 minutes in, you're like, burn it to the ground.
Yeah, burn it to the ground.
Yeah, plan B.
So that was like my first experience. Later on, I go on and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to be an anesthesiologist. I don't want to go the nursing route because we're going to skip the clinicals. I'm just going to be an anesthesiologist, make more money, right?
Bingo.
Go to class. They pull out a cadaver. It's like this. Like, if anybody doesn't know what a cadaver is, it's literally a dead person that donated their body for science, and they had like layers of like the skin and the fat and like all the organs, and they wheel it into the class, and like we're going through
ice cold.
The same situation. I was like, this isn't for me. Like it was like the most stomach curdling like realization in my soul of like,
it's a good
hey,
filter.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, this
you can't deal with this shit. Like you are not meant for this.
This is literally not for you, bro.
Okay.
And so that was my experience with school. And I still stayed and stuck around and took some classes here and there, but in the end, it kind of just fizzled for me.
And but you saw, so yeah, those two, like, by the way, trust your gut, right? So the first one was like, hey, clinicals, like my gut says, dude, I don't want to do this forever. I'm out. Like, trust your gut. Don't like, oh, we're going to write it out. Like, dude, if your gut says don't do it, not someone else's gut.
Right.
Right. Not something with a carrot or money or something attached to it.
Right.
If your internal core soul says do not do that, trust it.
Yep.
Because it becomes a superpower.
Oh, for sure.
I lost that. Different story, different day. I lost that gut. I gave it to my business partner. I gave my gut to my business partner, and I trusted him, and almost got divorced, almost sold my business, almost burned everything to the ground because I didn't trust my gut. Wow. And I trusted my business partner's gut instead of my own. And didn't trust my wife's gut. So if you trust your gut and your wife's gut.
Yeah,
sometimes if you have
hers.
If you have a badass wife like I do and like you do, then you trust your wife. Like sometimes you got to trust her gut over your gut because yours might be a little biased because you see the money or you see the relationship, whatever, and she might see the
something you don't see
behind the curtain shit that you don't see. Yeah, because she's like, I see people for who they are, and I'm like optimistic and whatever.
Right.
But okay, so What happens?
So at the time, this is a really interesting story. So at the time, I feel like there was the only way that all of this could have happened is literally God. Because looking back on the story, it's just like so many twists and turns where I'm like, I have this path. I'm going to go be a nurse anesthetist. I'm going to be an anesthesiologist. And like the craziest thing happened. So there's this guy that kind of comes to my life. His name's Brett. And Brett is selling stuff on Amazon. And he's doing what's called retail arbitrage. So he would go and like buy things at Walmart on discount. And like he had an app that would scan them. And he would find out that like, okay, on Amazon, I can sell it for more money. And like a ton of people were doing this. Like people were teaching it online. And he was doing this thing and he needed somebody to pretty much box the products for him. And I was like, sweet, this is actually the first interaction I had with somebody who was like an entrepreneur. Like he was doing something outside of the mainstream that I was like, this is interesting. So I go and I just start like boxing these products for him and sending them to Amazon.
Hourly rate?
Yeah, just like, I think it was like $12 an hour or something like that.
Sure.
Just doing it. Also going to school at the same time. My wife, she's a dental assistant. So we're just kind of doing life.
Okay.
I had no anticipation of being a business owner, by the way. Like I was never like, I'm going to go be a business owner.
Well, if you're going to be a nurse or an anesthesiologist, you're working for the man.
Literally.
So that's not an entrepreneur. Anyway, shape, or form. The exact opposite, by the way.
Yeah. And so I'm just kind of like in this limbo state. And one day he comes to me and goes, hey, instead of, I'm going to try this new thing. It's called, it's not new, but this new thing to me, it was called private label. It's like basically you go and you get the products from China, you research the products, you get the generic products from China, you do the packaging, the product, the branding, like, and you create all this thing around product, and then we're gonna sell it on Amazon. So he did this thing with like razors. It was like a straight razor for your face. I had a little bit of money saved up, and I decided to do it with like a minimalist wallet. It's just like a little wallet that I still have like 400 of them to this day. I wish I had one with me. It's awesome. My wallet right now. I kind of keep it as a reminder because this is a giant failure.
Sure.
But
this is like, yeah. Feel like, why do you have stuff all over your wrists and your arms and like your ring and garments? I'm like, dude, they're all reminders,
all
bro.
Reminders.
Reminders. Some good, some bad. Like, hey, oh shit, don't do that. Some of them are tattoos. Some of them are scars. You're like, oh yeah, don't do that. Do like keep doing that, or hey, make sure you don't do that again.
Yeah, or remember, bro. That's an important thing.
Dude, I still have energy. So I created an energy drink. I white labeled an energy drink.
Oh, really?
Caffeinated and non-caffeinated. I still have, Dakota knows what I'm talking about. I still have the black one and the white one. I still have one of each in the fridge, 3 years old, sitting in my fridge.
Really?
In my mini fridge in my office.
This is a reminder.
As a reminder to like never go back.
Don't do that.
Yep.
Interesting, bro.
Yep. So somewhere in your wallet.
Yeah. So I made like these wallets.
Dakota had no idea. He's like, what the?
I go to China. By the way, at this time I had like $3,000 saved up.
Okay.
I thought I was rich, bro. I was like, I got $3,000. I'm gonna start a freaking business, bro.
Let's do it.
Literally all the money I had spent on these wallets. I named it the 400. Did this whole brand around. I'm learning like, okay, the branding. What's the story behind the brand, and like what's like the logo gonna look like, and like how do I present this wallet like on Amazon? Blah blah blah. All the pictures, and I'm like learning. It's almost like a little incubator of like business that ends up flopping. So like I launch it and like I lose all my money. Well, at this time, a job opens up at the local Ford dealership. And I'm not making a lot of money boxing this stuff for this guy. And also, I just lost all my money trying to do this thing on Amazon. And I go work at the Ford dealership. And the Ford dealership were selling cars. And
Were you selling cars, or were you doing something?
Yeah, I was selling cars.
Oh,
yep. So I was a salesman. I got hired as a salesman. Yep, just out of nowhere. I never, by the way, no sales experience other than selling God door to door on my mission. That was it. So I get in
which is great.
Which is great. That's definitely a very. I guess
a lot of life skills. By the way, you want to find a good salesman. Go find a door knocking return Mormon missionary.
Oh,
those dudes have balls.
They do. That's crazy.
And experience.
Bro. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
So I go to this Ford dealership and I start selling cars. Well, at the time they had this guy that was coming and doing videos and Facebook marketing, and the videos were really generic and weird. And I was like, dude, and I also got the leads from this guy. Like I would get the internet leads. This is January 2018.
2018.
Yeah,
okay.
Early 2018.
That's relevant because you're not talking like preschool days of Facebook, Instagram. This is developed.
Yeah, definitely.
And cranking. Okay.
Yeah. So he's doing this thing, and I'm
no AI,
no nothing. This is just Facebook ads, I would say, and it's like in its prime stage. Actually, but also
also baby stages. Yeah. Okay.
So. I'm getting the leads from him. There's not really any lead. I get like one or two here and there, but I'm like, dude, I want to sell more cars. Also, I had some experience running Facebook ads with these wallets because I needed a way to sell them. So I launched some ads on Facebook.
Okay.
So I was like,
so you dabbled into that.
I dabbled into it. So I was like, dude, what if like I made my own videos, and like what if I put them on Facebook and Instagram to sell more cars? would be a great thing for me, right? So anyways, I shot this video with my phone about, just whatever cars we had on the lot. And like it blew up just organically in my blew up like I got like 100 likes like in my local town, and it was
which is huge when you have 20,000 people.
Yeah. And I was like, this is amazing. So, anyways, I told the owner, I was like, hey, what if could we put a little bit of spend behind these videos, and then I'll sell the cars and everything's good. He's like, yeah, absolutely. So we started doing that, and the results were great. And the owner actually approached me. He's like, hey, what if I paid you $500 a month to manage this for us? And I was like,
so now you're
done.
So basically what you did, and those listening, this is the business side of things, right? So you created a personal brand because you're doing your own videos, not just for the dealership, you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah,
self-promotion.
Right.
Right. So you actually you were becoming an entrepreneur with an IN, not an EN, right? So basically becoming your own little boss, your own little business within the dealership.
Right.
And I tell you guys, a lot of people, Patrick David says this, the most wealthy person is the number 2 in the company, not number 1.
That's so true.
Because number 1 takes on all the debt, all the risk. Like I'm $1 million in debt, millions of dollars, like all that stuff. Like my number 2 makes killer money.
Lots of profit. A number 2,
zero
bro.
risk.
Yeah.
Like zero risk. Like no debt behind that position. So, but going behind that, like becoming a lot of people, and they don't want that risk. They don't want that liability. They don't want the lawsuits. They don't want the ROC complaints. They don't want all that stuff. They don't want, like, I got to cut a check for payroll. They're like, dude, I'm part of payroll. I'm not responsible for payroll. I am part of.
Yeah.
My
check comes.
I'm a beneficiary of payroll, right? So make sure you guys understand that he took the opportunity to become an entrepreneur within his job. A lot of people don't want to become entrepreneurs. Most watching are.
Yeah.
But even if you don't, and you just want to be a stud salesman and make a ton of money, or you want to, work for a great company like Gaines and these other places, and you don't want to be the Brave and Grants of the world or the Jason Paynes, you can be, or Westons, you can be a number 2,
right? And
still like build a brand and still create your own leads and still your own things and make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, and provide a lot of value to the business that you work for.
Yes.
Really, I think at the end of the day, like I was incentivized as a salesman to sell cars because I got paid commission on these cars.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, the owner saw that as I'm creating value for this business owner, right? Like I'm creating value for him. He's like, oh, that's worth $500 a month for me. Like on top of whatever you're going to make on the
If it wasn't valuable, he wouldn't have brought it to you.
Exactly.
And he wouldn't pay you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So that's really like my whole, I also in that same time tried to launch multiple other Amazon products and failed miserably. Like so many times I launched the wallet. I launched another wallet.
So you dabbled back into that.
Back into that. I launched a
Even
water.
when it failed miserably.
Collapsible water bottles. I don't know if you've seen those. Like I went into that. Like, dude, I failed with 4 different products and lost all of our money like 3 or 4 different times with my wife. And she, by the way, never questioned me and never was like, what are you doing? She always supported me, which was amazing.
Awesome.
And looking back, the risk wasn't crazy, but in the moment it felt really heavy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, sure.
So anyways, yeah, that's really.
So you leave the dealership eventually.
I leave the dealership, and actually I have an opportunity to go sell roofs. There was a hailstorm that happened in Coolidge that same time.
Okay.
And so I had that same friend that was doing the.
Were you there for the hailstorm in Safford, by the way?
No, I was on my mission.
Oh, you were? Dude,
Yeah.
I lived up there for a year.
Oh, really?
No,
it was crazy, bro. That was crazy.
We crushed.
I bet you did.
We crushed. You know, a little apartment complex across the street from La Casa Mañana in the corner?
Yeah.
I did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was me.
That's crazy, dude.
Oh yeah, I did a handful of.
I sold a bunch of roofs in 2018 from that hailstorm that were 2 years old that were from that hailstorm. Yeah, that hailstorm was crazy.
It was the hailstorm. Yeah, 2018 because
it was 2016 the hailstorm, but it
was 2016 because I left and went to Griffin from 18 to 19 and it was when I was working for my uncle. Yeah, so it was 2016. Yeah, I was there.
It's crazy.
Cranked it out.
Yeah, so I had this opportunity to sell roofs. I was like, you know what? This dealership's still going to pay me $500.
How'd you run into that, by the way?
Oh, so the guy that was doing the Amazon stuff. I remember the guy Brett that I met.
Same buddy.
He also got into this company that was with like the roofing. It was kind of like everybody knows each other. So like there's an opportunity to sell roofs and like there's contractors that were friends, and so like he was like, we need another salesman. I was like, perfect. I'm gonna actually come and do this with you. So the dealership agreed to like keep paying me $500 a month. So there I had my first client. Like apart from working for them, like they're my client now. So I still ran still $500 a month. I was like, this is amazing.
85% profit.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. At least maybe 100% profit at that time.
Literally just a couple hours a week. Yep.
So I leave to go.
Now you're leaving Safford and you're leaving Central and Pima and you're leaving your little bubble.
My wife's there still. Yeah, she still lives there.
Okay.
And I'm kind of on the road pretty much full time.
So you're traveling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Selling roofs. Well, I'm like,
because Coolidge from Safford is 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm driving that road every 3 days. There, back, like it was a lot.
Yeah, crazy.
And at
I did that in Sedona, by
yeah.
the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a year, 2013. So my uncle bought an existing roofing company in Sedona, and he had no one to run it. And I was the most qualified. So he was like, "Hey, go up there." That was the year I got married with Heidi.
Oh, yeah.
And Heidi was down here working in and out. I went up there, and yeah, her or I went up every single week for 13, 14 months.
It's a grind, dude.
Dude, it's wild.
You
No
look
kids.
back and think of what you did to kind of like to build what you've built. Like you look back and think of like what was the path. You're like, dang, I would never do that right now. But like in the
that's
moment,
psycho.
yeah, in the moment, you're like, this is the only thing I'm supposed to be doing. Like it just made sense.
Yeah.
Like looking back, I was like, I'd never leave my wife multiple times for 3 days by herself.
Yeah.
Like just hanging out. Like not that I don't trust her. I'm not saying.
And
I'm
for
just saying
shit-
like
for me, it was
we
shit
were
pay,
newly
too.
married. Yeah. Like I'd want to be around her. Like I love my wife. I want to be
Sure.
around her. Right. So
Not leave her for 3 days at a time.
yeah. So
Go knock doors.
and we go knock doors in Coolidge and sell a bunch of roofs. And I'm like, well, dude, like I'd love to sell more roofs. Why don't I take my Facebook ad knowledge and do it here? So I get this. I'm working for this roofer. He hires me too. Great. Awesome.
Apart from knocking doors.
Apart from knocking doors, now I got this, but I'm also not salesman still at the company. So I kind of did the same thing at the Ford dealership that I'm doing here at the roofing company. I didn't know. I was just like, oh, this Facebook thing works. So let's roll. And back then, dude, I had no idea what I was doing. All I knew was it worked. Like
Yes.
back then it was way easier than it was now. I would throw up an ad. We'd start like a messenger conversation ad, throw up an ad. We literally would sell like from like $500 in spend, like we would sell probably $20,000-$30,000 in roofs. So it was like insane. The ROI was like
Yeah, ROI is
stupid.
good, juicy.
Yeah,
Sure.
and I also didn't know what I was doing, so I was just throwing something up there. But anyways, that was kind of my second client.
Okay.
And so that's what happens there, and thus my business kind of gets born because the position at the roofing company wasn't like full time. It was like my own time. You know, I was kind of my own boss at the moment. I had my own truck. I could go. I didn't have to clock in or clock out. I was just selling stuff.
Straight
Boom,
commission.
boom, boom. Yeah, straight commission.
Yep.
And managing my other client. Well, then I started to think, I was like, okay, well, like literally I have 2 clients here. What if other businesses would pay me for the same service? And also I could probably manage them while I'm selling roofs still.
Yeah.
So one day I just printed up a bunch of proposals of like what I could do for businesses. And I went to like,
Created an offer.
yeah, I literally did. I, at the time, didn't know that's what I was doing, but I created a proposal. It would just print it out, and I would knock on every business door in that town. I know that sounds crazy.
In
but
Coolidge?
Like, in the Gila Valley.
In Gila Valley,
Yeah,
okay.
so
Safford, that's-
back, I know a lot of the business owners. I start knocking on doors. I start talking to owners, just like handing out proposals.
By the way, like he went into offices.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I'm telling you, I literally had a guy the other day. He's like, so he's trying to get a job. He's like, oh, what should I do? I'm like, dude, go. I've sent my resume to 50 businesses he wants to, in the assisted living space. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude,
Nobody's
stop.
gonna read it.
Nobody's gonna read it. You're like, dude, you are so bland. You're blended with everybody. They're gonna toss your shit in the trash.
Yeah.
I was like, get some nice clothes, go into there, and show up every single day.
Yep.
Every single day.
Yep.
Same time every single day. Like, I'm going to come back at 9 a.m. and either one of 2 things. You're going to give me a job or you're going to call the cops. Come back next day. Are you ready to hire me?
Yep.
No, not yet. Cool. I'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. And they're going to do 1 of 2 things. They're going to call the cops
Or say no.
or they're
hire you.
Or
Yeah.
hire you. But like somebody that shows up at my office, by the way, one of my sales reps, his name's James Tweed. He literally did that. He would not stop bothering Dory, my COO. And Dory's like, for the love of God, will you please
Hire this guy.
just talk to him. He will not stop following up. He will not stop calling. He will not stop texting me. And I told him like, we're good. We don't need sales reps, whatever. And I was like, cool. I was like, that deserves, he's earned a conversation with me. Right. Cause most people are like, hey, I want to talk to the owner. Hey, whatever. And so I have a bunch of little security guards before that.
Yeah. I noticed, bro, coming in here. I know
Yes.
I couldn't even get in. I was like, dang, this is
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh
It's
yeah,
locked.
yeah. There's on purpose.
Checkpoints, bro.
Yes, on purpose. Yes, but he, dude, he was consistent and he didn't say no, and he was persistent with coming in and doing it. And I said, cool. I was like, hey, I'm gonna make this guy quit. True story. I was like, I'm gonna make this James guy quit.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you're not gonna get on any roofs. You're just gonna call people for 30 days. I'm gonna give you my book of business. Here's Rolodex. Here's my CRM. I give you a phone, and you're gonna go sit in that little cubicle in that little room,
Yeah.
and you're gonna make phone calls for 8 hours a day. He lives an hour away, so I was like, no, I'm not paying you for gas. You're gonna drive an hour one day, one way. You're gonna sit in here for 8 hours. You're gonna make phone calls, and you're gonna set appointments. Any appointment that you set, I'll give you a cut. He has no roofing knowledge and no sales knowledge. He came from commercial insurance
Yeah.
bullshit, right? But like, Came from that space, and he's from the military. So I was like, the dude has work ethic, and he has discipline, right? Sure enough, I literally put him in that room for a month.
No way. Just dialing.
Yeah, and I paid him like $500 a week. Like I paid him, I like started.
Yeah, nothing.
And I was trying to get him to not come back.
Yeah.
Right? It's like my dog. Like my wife hates my dog, but like Rooster, he always comes back.
Yeah.
And she's like, the fucking dog keeps coming back. I'm like, dude. I was like, he's loyal, bro. He keeps coming back.
Yeah.
And he kept coming back and back and back. And now he's one of my sales reps, and he's killing it. But like the point of it being is you saw that opportunity and you went into offices and you took that. Like people they want to do everything digitally because they want
the confrontation. They don't want to be told no. They don't want the hard truth and like the friction of being with another human.
Yes, that people are terrified of having that hard conversation, especially face to face.
Yeah,
they'll be okay being told no via text or via email or via voice message or via messenger, but like or DM. But like being told no to your face, people are terrified.
Rejection is hard, bro.
But I'm like, dude, but when you can overcome that, that's a superpower.
Yeah.
Like I love hard conversations. I personally fire everyone that works for me. I personally fire all of them. Bring them in. Cool. No emotion. Takes 5 minutes. Cool, man. Like people are terrified.
Yeah.
Terrified to let people go.
And
I'm like, bro, come on in, man.
And the funny thing is on hard conversations on that note, like every time you have them, dude, tell me you haven't been like dreading a hard conversation for like a week and then you have the hard conversation.
Or a year.
Yeah. But then you finally have it and you're like, bro, I'm light as a feather. I could run.
I weigh 185 today.
Yeah. Yeah. No, so I agree 100%. It's just, that hurts so many people, dude, having hard conversations, not being able to have hard conversations. That was actually something that I think my mission taught me a lot about was that, I mean, dude, you know, we heard more than we ever heard yes. We got rejected more than we could ever be accepted.
Yes.
And like that was when I started my business, that was all it was just rejection. Like, no. And honestly, I don't blame them.
What made you keep going?
I didn't know what I was doing, dude. I was kind of delusional. What made me keep going? That's a good question.
You don't know what you're doing, really.
I don't
print
know
off
what
a
I'm
half-ass flyer. You're going into a small town. People that you even know.
I know a lot of these business owners, and like I go to church with them, or they're at school, or whatever.
You know their kids.
I know their kids. They know me.
All this stuff. You've been in their house. You've eaten their food.
And gratefully, actually, a lot of them actually gave me a chance, just because it was a very cheap package, and they were like, let's give this guy a chance.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And they would do it just because they feel bad for you.
Literally to support me. Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, go for it, dude. Like, it's this cheap. Like, if I lose this, no sweat off my back.
Yeah. So if anybody who's watching this, it's like remembers those times and did that for me, like I'm very grateful.
So fast forward, how'd you go from doing that to what does that turn into?
To today?
Before you move.
Before I move. So slowly, pretty much I had this really big moment in the pandemic where everything was shutting down. And by the way, from 2018 to 2020, I had maybe like 3 to 5 clients, and it was just kind of, I would make, $3,000 to $4,000 a month doing this. And I was like,
which is $50,000 a year, which is paupers.
But in that town by myself, I was like, my wife's making another 2, 3 as a dental assistant. We're riding high, bro. We're making $8,000 a month sometimes. This is amazing.
Yeah. So you're actually feeling good.
I'm feeling great, dude. I'm feeling great. And by the way, doing this all from my kitchen table, just grinding from my kitchen table with my little Lenovo, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like just grinding it out.
Yeah.
Well, in 2020, the pandemic happens and everything shuts down, and especially restaurants. There's a ton of restaurants in the Gila Valley, and there's not a lot of customers. So restaurants a lot of the time in the Gila Valley do have a hard time just because of the lack of customer. Like there's not a lot of people. Inconsistency, right? Yeah. And so I'm like, dude, what could I do for these people? I'm looking for an opportunity to help these people with something that I can provide. Yeah. So I literally went to these businesses and I would buy a $50 gift card. And what I did is I went with my phone, and I had it on like this little gimbal thing, and I made a video about the business. And I'd be like, hey guys, today we're here at Kainoa's. And Kainoa's, I'm going to show you, like, because back then there was like always rules of how to order. You couldn't go in. Like sometimes you'd have to order ahead of time, or
eat on the patio.
And a lot of these businesses didn't have like a system to do that. So it's like they're trying to figure it out.
These aren't chains. This is not Burger King and Sonic. Yeah. You're talking mom and pop. One location. Been there for 20, 30 years. Yep. Good context.
Yeah. So I go into these businesses and I buy a $50 gift card, and I literally do a video. I talk to the owner. I'm like, hey, I'm going to do a video for your business. Just telling people that you're open, telling people that, how they can order, all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, This kind of was.
So he gave first. So he didn't ask. He went in, bought a gift card. So a lot of us, you guys are freaking takers. And you want it. The second you go in, you're like, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? It's like, dude, just like shut up and give.
Shut up and give.
Give and give and promote and give and promote and give and promote. Castle Floors, right? Freaking dude, Blake Merrill loves you because you wear his hat and it's like you're hooking him up.
Bro.
You're promoting his business.
He got me some new ones yesterday, actually.
Right? But like, like, and what does that cost you? Nothing. Right? But his audience sees it. Your audience sees it, and it helps. All the things. And so, like, dude, like give without expecting anything in return.
Right.
Okay. So you do that. So you go into these businesses,
make the video,
give cards, right? So you're actually giving them money as well.
I'm giving them money. I'm paying them for this.
Apart from promoting.
And I never actually ask anybody for, and here's my prices and here's my stuff. Do you want to sign up with me?
You're not sliding the flyer.
I already knew how stressful it is. And actually what's funny is the other companies that like the dealerships that had to close, I literally came to the Ford dealership and I said, hey, listen, I know you're furloughing some of your guys. I'm working for free until we get over this. Like, just so you know, like I was of the camp of like, I want to keep this business alive more than anything. And I want to keep doing this. And I know we're in this weird pandemic, this weird thing. I'm willing to like not take any money. Yeah, it's not gonna last forever. 2 months, we'll come back and we'll have a conversation later. And then you can start paying me again. My bills were low, dude. I didn't have a lot to lose.
Yeah. You and your wife, no kids.
No, it was easy. So we go to these businesses. I create the video. I'm like, hey, you can come check out Kainoa's. They're open from these hours. Here's how you can order. Here's my favorite things on the menu. I would order something. I would eat it. And I'd be like, this is amazing. Hey, guys, we're giving away this $50 gift card to Kainoa's. If you want this gift card, like and share this video. We're going to choose the winner like in 2 days or whatever.
Sure.
So we choose, it would get like 500 shares or like, like the town, it blew up in the town because the town was like looking for like some spark. And by the way, the Gila Valley is actually really good at like, when hard times come, like the community really does come together.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Big time for
sure. That kind of happened. And then after that, I was like, well, let's do another one. And so we'd be like, okay, who do you think we should do? And then a bunch of comments, pick another one. We're going to Genevieve's
strategy,
Marketplace.
by the way. Go to your audience and say, hey, who else can we serve? Who else can we help? Who else deserves this? And do a poll. Let your audience tell you, and then go run with that.
Yep. So we ended up doing like I think we did this for a week, so we did like 5 or 6 of them total. But anyways, it was like a huge. The point of it being is like I went out into the community and did my best to like showcase what I could help them do, just provide value without any ask.
You got them a ton of business.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm back then I didn't have any way to measure it, but I'm sure it helped. A ton of eyeballs, at least like tens of thousands of views in that area for these things. It sparked a big thing, and it caught the attention of the county, like literally the county. It caught the attention of the hospital. It caught the attention of other restaurants in the area. And so fast forward 6 months, I got a bunch of people calling me because they're like, hey, we saw your video when you did this. Hey, we saw your video when you... And by the way, these videos were not good. It was literally my iPhone.
Yes. And
then I would wear like one of these lapel mics, and that was it. Like you can go back and watch the videos on WBNK Media Facebook page. You'll find them. Like if you dig, not great videos, but it was all about like I'm trying my hardest.
Done is better than nothing.
Amen. And that's something that taught me too was so many people want to not putting anything out there because they're scared that it's not perfect. And I put them out there. I look back on them and do I cringe? Yeah, sure. Yeah. But done is better than perfect 100% of the time.
Always. Dude, I have, I don't know, 8,000 posts on my social media, on my Instagram page.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
The first, like, no joke, the first 5,000 are from like January 2010 to probably 2018. And it's literally like, hey guys, Jason Payne here, Payne Roofing. And this is a piece of shit roof. And do you have one of these roofs? It's probably a piece of shit. Call me, 480-353-7578. Click.
Simple, bro.
Selfie videos. 90% of them are selfie videos. I didn't have videographer. Like, dude, my uncle was like, dude, there's no way I'm paying for you to do any of this. He's like, if it's free platform, and you have an iPhone, there's a camera on it, that's the resource I'm giving you.
Yeah.
That was it. Every freaking day, I was getting on roofs. I was doing production mostly then. And so I'm on a ton of roofs, right?
Yeah.
Hailstorm hits here, the crazy one hit in October 2010.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hey guys. And all that's zero. I didn't even know what a paid ad was. That blue boost button didn't exist.
Yeah.
Like all these things.
Yeah.
And like fast forward, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's literally like, how'd you grow and scale your business? I'm like, dude, if you average it out, I post more than once a day, but like if you average it out from January 2010 to June of 2026, one a day, every day, religiously. Not cat videos.
Yeah.
Not viral videos.
Right.
Like educating or valuable.
Right.
One a day.
Yep.
And it cost me zero.
That's a lesson I actually need to take from you, honestly. Is like, dude, I should be posting more. You know what I mean? Personally, for me, absolutely.
And I just didn't care. And then now that then I'm getting labeled like Jason the Roofer, and I'm like, what? I was like, oh, you're Jason the Roofer, and I'm like, what does that even mean?
Like, perfect. I'll take that nickname.
Yeah. And I'm like, sure, let's go with that. And like it changed it, right? So okay, so fast forward as we get going here and we'll wrap up. So fast forward to what made you and caused you to leave the Gila Valley and move not just to the Phoenix area, but to the neighborhood that you did.
Man, there's a lot that happens between what we just talked about in our journey here. So my wife starts a bakery. We sell that bakery. She buys another ice cream shop where we still have that one. So we do a couple
that's
businesses.
right. Yeah, the ice cream shop up there.
Yeah, we still do a couple. You've probably been there. We just do a couple of businesses and things like that. And I still have clients down there. Anyways, by the time it's 2024, I've grown the business to like $40K a month. Okay. And 2024 summer.
And 90% profit. So you're making
balling, bro. I'm balling out of control at $40K a month, by the way, because
up there,
and I'm actually not balling out of control because my house was like $500 a month that I lived in, and we lived very like we did not have a flashy lifestyle at all. And I mean, it was great. I don't have any complaints, and there was so many people. By the way, I want to give credit to the so many people in my life, especially my parents, who have supported me along the way, and who have. Like a lot of people say to their parents, like I'm the chain breaker, I'm the first one in my family, and I am.
Ed Milet,
yeah, which is great. But also like I look back and I think of like the humble means that my great grandparents came from, and my grandparents, and then my parents, like growing up where they did, and we weren't poor growing up, we weren't rich, we were regular. I'm sure there's so many sacrifices that my dad made that I can't even fathom. So I am beyond grateful for. My parents, I think the reason why I did this whole business anyways, why I felt safe to do it, was because my parents provided a safe world for me to be like, if it all goes to shit, I can knock on my dad's door and he'll let me sleep here. You know what I mean? I have the most incredible parents ever. So anyways, we go through that whole thing, and very supportive, awesome community. We're doing $40K a month, and I'm like, okay, if we're going to grow this thing, we need to move. And Braven had already lived here. Braven was not living in the Pecans at the time. He was living just over there by Target, just in a regular house that he bought. And
marketplace.
So we start having these thoughts of like moving. And honestly, it was in one of my scripture studies in the morning that had a thought of, hey, you should start considering the thought of leaving, of moving. And I thought I'd never would, because I love the small town life. I'm a country boy. I'm the hometown guy. I like that.
Dude, I always tell my wife, I was like, if I can move to Thatcher or Safford and make what I make here,
you do it
up there, I would be gone.
Yeah, it's a great community,
dude. Riding your quad on the side of the road, just like, oh man, like everybody's going to the the entire town shuts down for Friday night football at EA. Like, dude, it's
no traffic,
zero traffic. Yeah, no
lots
politics.
Of stuff to
like, dude, yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, you can go a half mile away and go hunting and go fishing and go dick around. Yeah.
But God puts in my heart pretty much, you need to start looking at moving. And it's the funniest thing, dude. Like this is like May of 2024, and we had come down here to visit Braven for one of his kids' baby blessings. And he goes, dude, there's the most insane neighborhood here, like that you'd ever imagine. And I was like, okay, let's go take a look. He's like, I like to drive through it. So we're just hanging out on a Sunday. We takes us to drive through the Pecans, and I'm like, wow. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Like, these houses are incredible.
Little pocket.
Yeah. How could anybody ever live here? Like, it's unbelievable, right? And Braven goes like, one day I'm going to live in here. And I was like, really? Okay. Like, let's do it. Let's go. And anyways, fast forward just like 4 or 5 months. He's like, hey, you're not going to believe this, but I got this house for rent. It's just badass, amazing house in the area we had just driven 4 months before.
For rent?
For rent.
Okay.
Yeah, rents it. And still lives there right now. But he was like, are you still thinking about moving here? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still thinking about moving. He's like, well, dude, like, you're looking for places to rent. Like, why don't you, we just moved into this house. The house that we bought, like, we're going to put it up for sale. But honestly, like, we might not make a lot of money on it. Like, why don't you just rent it from us and just pay us whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. So we made the decision. We're like, we're going to move. And
no kids.
One kid at the time. Wade is born. Yeah, Wade's like a year old at this point. Not even a year, like 8 months.
Okay.
And
big decision, by the way.
Big decision.
leaving your family,
And
leaving,
by the
leaving
way,
your roots.
we still have the cake shop there. We still have a cake shop and another ice cream business in the Gila Valley. I can move my marketing company easy, but those two businesses still there.
Sure.
So like, we're going to move. So we decided to put the cake shop up for sale, and it sells like in the first month. Boom, sold it, gone. It was amazing, by the way. Hand to God, great.
Awesome.
The snow cone place, it's easy, friggin' runs itself. We still run it to this day. But anyways, we leave. Well, sorry, back up. We don't leave yet. We're planning on moving to Braven's house. And the week before we were about to move, a house in the Pecans comes up for rent. And
For rent.
For
Okay.
rent. By the way, this neighborhood never has houses come up for rent.
Ever.
So it's
And
insane.
if they do, they're not $500 a month.
Yeah, definitely not $500 a month.
Your utilities
so
are even $500 a month.
The price for this house was more than I could have, like I couldn't stomach it.
This is 2 years ago.
This was 2 years ago. My wife says, "Hey, is there a possibility we could rent this house?" And I don't know why I said it, but I was like, "Oh yeah, like, totally." So we have to like.
Your wife brought that up.
My wife she's the one that got the notification on Zillow, and she goes to move in there. Sorry, she goes to like do the application. Anyways, our application gets accepted. We do a showing like 2 days later. We drive down here, do the showing. I walk the house, and I'm like, my stomach is in the ground, bro. I'm like, there is no way on earth I would ever pay that much for rent. No way, ever.
Yeah. Psycho.
Yeah, this is psycho. And
And I want to stop you. The reason why, an assumption, and you can confirm this, the reason why you and your gut was like, holy shit, a lot of it, in my opinion, had to do with where you came from,
oh, absolutely.
your upbringing,
Yep.
what your family was paying for rent, for a mortgage.
Well, I was paying $500 a month, bro.
Yeah,
It was a great deal, by the way.
great deal.
Kudos to them. I love them. Yeah.
But like you go from that scarcity, impoverished, small town atmosphere,
Yeah.
mindset, to almost the exact opposite.
Immediately.
Like extremism. Like you're talking like
$500
Gila
a month is
Valley,
cheap.
$500 a month to the wealthiest neighborhood apart from like PV in the state of Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the houses.
Like a shitty house is like 1.5.
Yeah.
Like a shitty house in there.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And
was
there's,
insane.
I saw one going there for like 11 million yesterday.
It's yeah.
Psycho.
So I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this.
And-
By the
and
way,
your
the rent is $8,500. $8,500 a month. That's what they wanted. What utilities and everything? It's like total with everything is coming out to like close to 10K.
I don't know
10K to live in the house, just to live there.
10K, just live there. So I don't know what that X is from 500, but that's a big,
It's a big X.
big X,
And
big increase.
And I'm just going. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever.
But something said, yeah, let's do it.
Well, something said, let's go look. Something said, I told my wife yes. We get there, and then as I'm there, I'm like, no. Like we're walking the house, there's like a pool, and like there's freaking the glass doors slide open. There's like grass and beautiful thing.
900
I'm like,
bedrooms.
yeah, there's like 5 bedrooms, and there's like an ensuite. Like it's like all this stuff, and I'm like, there's a wine cellar in the house. I'm like, babe, we got one kid.
Yeah, it's you. There's 3 of you.
Yeah, I'm like,
and one's a 1-year-old.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, the guy's name was John, the realtor guy, and I said, John, we'll let you know. We get in the car, and we start driving to actually the Suns game because Braven's parents invited us to go to the game. And I go, babe, we're not, like, we don't need that. Like, what are we doing? This is crazy.
And Bravens is probably a third of that.
Braven's is, yeah, like
Less,
more, definitely more than that. Or no. You're saying Braven, what I could have paid. Oh, yeah, maybe a third. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we're not doing it. And she never gets after me, really. She let me up. She goes, why don't you ever believe in yourself? Like, what are you thinking? Why don't you believe in yourself? Like, why don't you see in yourself what I see in you? Like, what happened? Like, what are we talking about? I know I know what you can do. Like, the second I knew that whenever I was going to marry you, I knew exactly like who you could become and what you could do. Why don't you see that? And I was like, dang, that's crazy. And I just kind of
on the ride to the Suns game.
Yeah, it's like an hour away.
Yeah. After looking at it.
Yeah. And she says that, and honestly, I just like sit with it for 45 minutes in the car, quiet, because it pissed me off.
Yeah.
It kind of pissed me off. And I was like,
She called you out
yeah, she did.
in a great way.
In an amazing way. And we were just quiet the whole time, went to the Suns game. I don't think we even talked at the Suns game. And I was like, Braven's trying to talk to me, like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, bro, I don't, this thing just happened.
My business partner, Nikki T, he calls it give yourself permission. Huge core value of mine. Give yourself permission to have a ripped body, have a great sex
Yeah.
life, have a great marriage, have beautiful, amazing things, whether it's cars or pools or houses or boats or whatever. Like, give yourself permission.
And where I come from, it's not allowed.
You're shunned.
Yeah. Well, people, they don't say that, but it is like, if
They make you feel that though.
yeah, if you're on the pursuit of money, like it does feel icky from where I'm from, right?
Dude, my buddy owns Ferris Roofing up in Utah. His name's Zane. Super cool dude. Dakota, make sure you clip this part. We'll tag him. Dude, he bought a brand new truck and wrapped it, and he got his dad's a school teacher and a bishop, and they don't have a lot of money. And he bought a brand new truck. It wasn't even like an AT4. It was like a LT, but it was a brand new truck. Wrapped it for his job, for his business, for his roofing company, and he got so much shit for it.
Really?
And I'm over here like, hell yeah, my man,
Good.
let's go.
Good.
Go buy another one. Keep going, keep cranking. And he had all these people, and they don't publicly do it.
No.
They don't say it to your face. There's an aura, a vibe. I don't even know what you call it, but there's just a stigma. There's something there.
They may not even say it behind your back, but there is something there, and I don't know how to explain it.
It's a cloud above your head. Think of like Encanto, the movie.
Yeah.
That chick where she gets pissed and like gets really happy in the clouds and all that. It's one of those when you are pursuing greatness,
Right.
on any level,
Right.
Money, homes, wealth, whatever, because of where you came from to where you are now. Those people want that, but they've given up on their dreams, and they have not given themselves permission yet to go and live in the pecans or to go and do X.
Right.
Like, you have to give yourself permission, and most of them are within arm's reach of you.
Oh yeah.
It's not haters in Louisiana on social media.
Right. It's people that you know.
It's people that you know. It's old friends.
Yep.
That's what Hermosi, one of the studs, said, like, dude, you need to like move out of your hometown, and you need to never talk to your friends from high school ever again.
That's interesting. Yeah. I mean,
And
generally
I talked to
I
talked to like 4 from high school, and
That's a good point.
but they're all killers.
Yeah.
I went to my 20-year reunion. There's 150 people there. I was like the host of it, like the MC.
Yeah.
I was like, there's only 5 of you. The other 145, no offense, would never talk to you again. Don't care.
Yeah.
There's 5 that I still talk to on a daily basis, weekly basis. They're dogs. And I'm like, oh yeah. It's like, cause all those guys, they're doing the same shit 10 years later.
And they know what it feels like.
And you get shit for it. They're like, that's Jason Payne on the billboard. You know what? I'm like, why are you like coming at me like that's a bad thing and a dig, and you're making fun of me?
Yeah.
That literally cost me money. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it cost me $5,000 a month to be on that billboard.
Yeah.
But like, what I'm going for and what I'm trying to get at and what I'm trying to achieve, where's the applause? Where's the encouragement? Where's the support? Where's the attaboys?
And by the way, there's a lot of that in the beginning. There's
Yes.
a lot of support.
Yes.
Oh, go chase your dream, bro.
Go get him, Tiger.
Go get him. And then you go
then
through,
you get it, and then you start getting it.
and then it's like, I don't know.
Hey, pull it back.
Yeah.
When's it going to be enough?
Yeah. What's
Weston?
realistic? That's
Weston,
not realistic.
Weston, when's it going to be enough?
Yeah.
When's enough?
No, and I've asked myself that question too. That's a good question. But it's like, dude, I'm literally over here giving my whole soul to this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so fast forward. So you got son's a game. Your wife's there. She calls you out.
Yeah.
Talking to Braven. What? By the way, Braven's up here.
Raven's cranking. Yeah.
Braven's cranking. So
My best friend, by the way, at the time. Yeah.
best friend or not, a mentor.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Also young. Like, he's like 12 years old, right?
I think he turned 13 last month, bro.
Yeah, dude. He's no joke. How old is he? Like 26?
Braven, you're.
How old is he? 26,
He's
28?
like 28. Just turned 28.
Yeah, but this is
in
2
March.
years ago.
Yeah.
So it's 26-year-old,
Yeah.
right? But like the amount of success that he's had versus you, not in comparison, just like
No,
seeing
for
it.
sure. He's way
Like,
faster. Yeah.
He would have, if he was still in the Gila Valley and he was still kicking rice and beans, he would have never told you to go look at a
I'd
house
still
in
be there.
pecans.
I'd still be there. If he was
Yes.
there, I would be there for
Dude,
sure.
If you don't listen to anything else in this podcast, that right there of paying attention and like go, if you want greatness and you want to go chase your goals and your dreams, go find people that have been where you want to go or that have that what you want, and not an envious way, not a chasing materialistic things. If you want to go somewhere, go where they've been. Go where that person that's been there. Go talk and hang out with that person.
Right.
Don't talk and take advice from someone that's still in the Gila Valley, still kicking rice and beans. They're not going to give you the advice that you need in order to get to where you want to go, whether it's the pecans or whatever. And it's not a location. It's not a neighborhood. Don't take that shit out of context, okay? But the point of it being is you want something more.
Yeah. I want a different lifestyle.
Yes, and go find people that have that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yours just happened to be your fucking best friend.
My
best friend doesn't have that.
Bro, I'm telling you, my life is literally just like, I feel like God has just been like, hey, dude, here you go. Yeah. Yes, there's a lot of things that, and by the way, I've learned this about myself, like I need to accept about, like, and a lot of people might feel this way of like, oh, I just got lucky. Like, I definitely created the life that I want to live. But at the same time, I also recognize a lot of blessings that I couldn't have given to myself.
Sure.
So I think absolutely. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. Fast forward. We're gonna do a whole different episode, by the way. We'll have you come back about like what you actually do for business, the marketing thing, because that's a whole nother hour by itself. But I wanted people to see like we're making things possible. So as we wrap up here, you go look at this house, you see it, you touch it, you feel it.
Yep. And it scares me.
Scares the shit out of you. Congratulations. Welcome to being a business owner.
Yeah.
An entrepreneur and doing big things. You should be fucking terrified.
Yeah. And that's great.
And if you're not terrified, it's not big enough.
It's not big enough. Something's wrong.
Yeah. You're thinking too small.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just are.
Yeah.
So talk to Braven, talk to your wife, son's game. What happens?
Something happened where I was like, Shelby, you're right. Let's pull the trigger. Let's go. Like, what's the worst that could happen?
How soon?
We've got a year lease. Maybe, we can pay the lease for a year if I didn't make any money. By the way, my business was doing like 40K a month, so it wasn't like anything was going to burn. Looking back, I was like, what are you so scared of, bro?
Yeah.
But it was a leap.
But coming from 500.
Oh, and we took it, and it was great.
And from the Gila Valley.
Yeah.
You couldn't be any polar opposite.
Yeah. Yeah.
One's a Prius, one's a diesel truck. They both have 4 tires. It's only commonality.
Yeah, both have a roof on there. We have a roof in this house. We had one in our old house, and
that's about it.
That's it.
And the roof on the new house costs more than the entire house combined.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the roof, by the way. Yeah. Okay, so you say yes, you do it, you move in. What happens? What happens to your mindset? What happens to your personal development? What happens to your marriage? What happens to your business? This was in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So last 24 months, what's happened?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think I stayed in a state for the first 6 months that I was here, of terror, fear. Because, yes.
For how long?
For 6 months, maybe longer. I hated living in that new house. I hated everything about.
Really?
Yeah, I hated.
Once you moved in, you're like, oh shit.
Because now all of this, there's all of this pressure of like, I gotta pay it, I gotta freaking maintain it, I gotta. Somehow now my wife wants to furnish the whole. We've got one bed. And then we got 6 bedrooms. I got to furnish these rooms. I got to get a couch that fits in here. We have a movie room. We got to get a couch. Just a bunch of stuff. Like I'm like, dang, like, oh my gosh, did I make the wrong decision? Like this is crazy. And so I stayed in a state of like fear for like 6 months. Not of like not.
Did you have buyer's remorse?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a real thing.
Yeah. Okay. And then I realized it was all going to work out. I don't know.
You stopped stressing about it.
I stopped stress. Well, the thing is the thing that got me over it was I just put my head down and went to work. I got an office. I had my clients.
Bro,
I knew how to do marketing. I knew how to provide value. And at this point, I'm really good at marketing. I was really good. And I'm like, let's go. Let's go to work. So I start, again, networking, going out there, talking to people, building the business. Also, one of the biggest things that really helped me was getting a coach. Braven introduced me to Garrett White. One of the greatest things that ever happened for me. That unlocked a whole new, because I think in the 6 months too, it wasn't just the fear of paying the bills, but it was also this dynamic of where I lived and what I was doing. And what did that look like to other people? Even talking about it right now is like, people are like, oh, you're just talking about like his house. And I don't share about it on social media really. Like you'll notice I've never really posted about where I live or anything like that.
I know until Braven told me.
Because, what's that? That he didn't.
That you live in there with him.
Yeah. Because there's this whole dynamic around, you don't want people to get the false perception.
Social status.
I'm not trying to do that. But I've come to the place where like, I don't care.
It is what it is, bro.
It is what it is. And
you still live there.
I still live there.
You're a piece of shit. You still live there. You're a fucking badass. Yeah. You still live there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro.
And getting a coach was the biggest thing that opened up for me, giving myself permission to want nice things, to want to live there, to be proud of what I'm doing, to to do all those types of lifestyle experiences, not be scared to even speak about money. If you would have asked me 2 years ago how much my business was doing, I probably would have been like, we don't need to talk about that. We don't. It's okay.
Well, in the LDS church too, I'm LDS, right?
Yeah.
Like talking about your finances
Yeah.
is like the 11th covenant. You have 10 commandments. 11th one: do not talk about your income.
Yeah.
And how much you make.
Right.
And how well your business is doing.
It's like you might give, you might You might give someone the bad idea, like the wrong idea. You might give, you know.
True story as we wrap up. It's freaking hilarious.
Oh, I got time too, by the way. Bro.
Yeah, no, so it's funny. So I go to Escalante, Utah.
Oh yeah, dude. My grandpa grew up in Escalante, or my mom grew up in Escalante.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like a little tiny podunk town. It's as small as Central and Pima. Right next to Bryce Canyon.
Yep.
Right next to St. George, Utah.
Yeah.
I've never been there. And we go backpacking for 4 days. This is literally last week. I literally have blisters on my right heel and my left pinky toe still.
Oh, dang.
Just got back.
Yeah.
And we're with the scouts. There's 10 scouts, 5 leaders, and to each their own, income, revenue, all those things. And humbly, I make more than all those guys, right? Just to give context.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it came up, but my son's there, and he's like, "Dad, how much money do you make?" And I was like, I make good money. I was like, I make a lot. And I just said that, right? It's all about perspective. Too.
Yeah.
But I was like, I make enough to have a cool house and have a pool and have trucks and all that stuff. And he's like, I Googled you. I'm like, oh, fuck. True story. In front of 10 scouts and these 5 leaders. And you could hear a pin drop in Escalante, Utah.
Yeah.
In one of these canyons. And he's like, I looked you up and it said like your net worth was like $3 million or something like that.
Yeah.
And he said the word million. And me, I'm way past that. I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
If it's you're worth $3 or 30 million, it don't matter.
Don't matter.
Like I'm way past that because it's just a number, right? And either you've earned it or you haven't earned it, and it's your fault either way.
Yeah.
Good or bad or otherwise.
Yeah.
People just don't want to accept that. But like I said, the narrative, the culture, the stereotype in the LDS church, not particular church, just in general, is like you don't talk about your finances. You don't talk about how much you make. It is, if you bring it up, like it is of the devil. Yeah. Money is of the devil, except for the church sits on billions of dollars. It's funny. Whole different conversation.
Yeah,
but
whole different conversation.
The point of it being was he said that he's like, Dad, he's like, I looked you up. It says you were worth $3 million.
Yeah.
And these other dads, I mean, pale ghost white, quiet, don't say a word. No shit talking, but no like awesome, just nothing. And it was awkward as fuck. It was so awkward.
Right.
But I'm like, guys, but what if you're an asshole, and there's coaches that we know and mentors that we know and influencers that we know that are assholes, and they spend it on blow and chicks and all those things.
And they'll let you know,
and they don't care either. Yeah. That you know. They're on their 4th marriage and all those things. And I'm like, but what if that person? My bishop is Ben Brown. One of the biggest top sales. On a bad month, he sells 200 cars. On a good month, he sells 300 cars. Him.
Dang, that's
not the
crazy.
dealership. Himself.
Wow.
Yes. And he's been doing it for 16 years. He just retired 2 days ago.
Wow.
He's my bishop. You know he's got mattress. I call it mattress money.
Yeah,
psycho. Like him and Braven could be. They'd be hanging out. He actually owns a lot in the Beacons. Hasn't built it yet because he doesn't want to live over there because he doesn't want that whole a
lot of people don't.
That whole vibe. But the point of it being is like, well, what if that person that makes however many dollars uses it for good?
Yeah.
And they use it to serve other people. Like I took 4 days off to go serve and bless the lives of these scouts.
Yeah.
And help these young men become men.
Right.
And do hard things. I spent my own gas. I spent my own money. I went to REI and dropped a freaking car payment or house payment on shit, right? To create experiences, one for my son, but these other 10 scouts. And I'm like, why can't it be like, thank you so much for working your ass off to help create experiences for X people?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Why can't we
do that?
Why can't we change the way we think like that?
Yeah, it's just a resource. Like why can't we just see it as a resource for what it is? A tool, a resource, a thing. Like it's not like it's like why do we attach the status or all these feelings around just literally a number?
Why does that have to be negative?
Right.
Like I think what a great opportunity that you actually can, because you make money, you can take time off.
Right.
And that you can invest and you can go create those experiences with your family, apart from your family. We're not talking, that wasn't a family trip either. That was a scout trip.
Right.
Right. I came out of pocket to go on the scout trip. I wasn't paid to go on the trip.
Yeah.
I wasn't compensated for my stuff. I never turned in receipts. Like fuck receipts.
Yeah. Amen. Bro.
I'm doing it again literally this weekend.
Yeah.
Monday or next week, Monday through Thursday, I'm going to cook for 100 people up in Heber Overguard area.
Yeah.
For 4 days, all youth, 100%, taking my truck, taking my toy hauler, buying the food, doing the thing. But like, why can't we use where we're chasing our goals and our dreams and what we want to do to bless the lives of other people and help change that narrative of like, what a great opportunity to serve and bless the lives of other people.
Amen. I think that's the story of the talents. Like if you're going to go and like, I feel like it's more selfish. Jesus teaches this, to take your little bit of money, hide it in the earth, rather than your abundance, your 5 talents or 10 talents, whatever you got, and use it to multiply. Not just in the parable, it's multiply into more money, but I think multiply into lives touched, experiences, things for people. Like at the end of the day, I love the way that Joe Rogan talks about money. He literally calls them fun tokens. Like I just have a bunch of fun tokens. Like I can just go do things with, like that's what it is. It just buys you the ability to go do whatever things or whoever you want to, impact or do like that.
Buys you time.
Buys you things that you want to do. Yeah. And it's not evil in the slightest. I think it becomes evil whenever we let it become more important than the people that it's meant to serve.
Or consume us.
Or consume.
Yeah. Or we use it for a negative approach. Right?
Yeah, or like your whole entire life, all your thoughts, your feelings, everything is all about just like the number that's in the account. I think that's where it becomes a bad thing.
So 2 questions. One, those that are listening, right?
Yeah.
Stereotypical male, 30 to 45 years old, blue collar, small business owners. Most of them married, 1 to 5 kids, 1 to 3 kids. What advice would you give them as a dad and as a husband, being in the grind, being married for how many years?
8 years.
2 kids, 1.5.
Yeah.
What advice would you give them while you're in the grind? In the different grind now. Different grind.
Yeah.
Grind is still there.
Yeah.
It's different grind. What advice would you give them?
I think the most important thing advice I could ever give to somebody is you have to learn how to receive revelation from God. You have to. We live in a world where there's so much distraction. Like your algorithm is crazy. You're getting voices from every direction. One influencer says you should do this with your business. One influencer says you should do this. There's an ad that says you're missing this. Your friends have these opinions. You live in a world of so many voices. And growing up, we are taught that there's a God, and this God listens to us, and that he loves us. And yet the time that we all pray, but very few of us take the time to actually listen. And I think that I don't think that praying is what you should be doing. I think you should be communicating. You should be, when is the last time that you sat and got still and listened to God? Quiet. And I think the most impactful moments of my life, if I think back over the last 2 years, in that 6 months where I was terrified, any time in business where I was terrified. By the way, if you're in the trenches right now and you're terrified, keep going.
Don't quit.
That is the feeling of terror is a signal that you're going in the right direction.
Bingo.
But I think that the most important thing that I've learned in that terror, and the most impactful moments of my life, have come whenever I'm not praying. There's words inside of my heart that I can't even speak. Like, have you ever read in 3rd Nephi where Jesus comes and teaches the people, and 21? He says, he says, and words can't, like, no man can utter, and words can't be written, the many marvelous things that Jesus said. And I'm like, well, dang, like, you're hiding it from me. Like, why couldn't these things be said? And I think the same thing happens in the Gospels. And so, but the thing is it's not that these words, like, it's sacred, they couldn't write them down. It's that they literally couldn't be said. They're the feelings and just like the groanings and like your soul. And so I think the most important moments in my life where I've gotten direction or I felt peace or I felt like help is whenever I've let those just sit and I've taken the time to just not even say anything to God or not even communicate anything with God, but just like with words, just like let my soul connect to him and let my groanings connect to him and receive revelation. For the last 2 years, one thing has been consistent across living in the Pecans. All of that pressure forced me to that. All the pressure forced me to God. So literally for the past 2 years, I can count on my hands, both hands, probably the amount of times that I've missed a morning study or a morning prayer or a morning where I didn't spend, I'm not trying to boast or anything.
No,
what I'm trying to say is
though.
the pressure that I was put into, and I think God did this to me, the pressure that I was put into forced me to be like, maybe I can't do this on my own. Actually, I can't do this on my own. I need a power that's outside of myself. And it forced me to become humble and every morning spend an hour or more in prayer and in study and receiving revelation from the man who knows everything.
Yeah.
Right.
So my buddy Keaton Hoskins, Keaton, the muscle.
Yeah.
Right. He has an event next week. And at his house, he has like a concrete box. No windows, just a box.
Yeah.
Dark, black, quiet. And he goes in there and he just sits and thinks.
That'd be cool.
And I think people are terrified to do that.
Yeah. It's a scary thought.
Well,
it's a scary situation.
Well, the world doesn't support it. The world does not support being quiet and being calm and listening to your inner voice. There's so much noise and distraction at your feet, literally at your fingertips.
Yeah.
That we do not take time to just sit back and he actually said this too at one of an event that I spoke at with him like a month ago. One of the most powerful things in 2026 is being able to be present where you are.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Like, I've been here for an hour.
Yeah.
We both run businesses.
Right.
We both have team members. We have clients. We have all the things going on. We have families. We have spouses, kids.
Yeah.
And neither of us have looked at our phones once.
Right here.
Like, be where you are.
Yeah.
And then I love that part is like, and then find time, make time to be quiet and to listen.
Yep.
And that's why I love driving so much.
Because you can.
Because I can. Because I control the noise. I understand like at the stop and there's distractions of like red lights and cars and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I can turn my phone off.
Yep.
I can turn the radio off. And the only thing I hear is the motor.
Yep.
And windows are up, air conditioning's on. And it's not even driving. I'm just sitting in a parking lot.
Just being.
My wife's caught me. She's like, "Are you okay? Like you're sitting in a parking lot for like 30 minutes." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm just."
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm on social media and doing emails and doing working. But other times where I'm just like sitting and just having that cold air blow in my face and just listening. Like, okay, where do I need to go?
Yep.
What do I need to do? I have a ton of shit going on personally right now. Like it's wild. Basement flooded.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh yeah, still down 6 months ago.
Wow.
Suing, the whole lawsuit.
It's crazy.
Work stuff, right? Work stuff's good. Like what does the future look like? All those things, and it's just like if you don't make time to be quiet and listen, you'll miss it.
Oh, for sure. And I think for me, yeah, you can do it however you want. I think setting apart, like, I think the morning is the best time to do it. The morning,
100%.
Right when you wake up. How many times do we wake up in the morning with so many anxieties and questions and thoughts and worries and blah, 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 blah. Bring it all to God. Bring it all just being present with it. And it's magic, bro. It's magic. If anybody's watching this and you feel stressed out, anxiety, like all these things that you're feeling as a business owner, take an hour in the morning before anybody wakes up and dedicate it to just sitting with God. I think your life changes. I know your life changes because my life changed 100%.
I have a 15-minute drive to the gym from my house, and it feels like 2 hours. It takes me forever to get to the gym.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, and my phone's, I'm not looking at my phone. Like when I wake up in the morning, turn my alarm, I'm not checking phones, not checking texts, not checking social media, checking emails. I don't do any of that because then my brain goes like, I want to, like I said, I want that quiet. I want to keep the quiet as long as I can. I was asleep and it was quiet. I want to maintain it.
Yeah.
Because once I look at my phone, game over.
Game over.
For me personally.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody. But, and the work stuff, I'm like, dude, nobody died while I was asleep. And if they died, like, I'm not going to bring them back to life. I'm not Jesus.
Can't do anything. Yeah.
So it was like, keep them dead.
Yeah.
keep them at a distance, right? And so, like, from there to the gym, and then after the gym, that's when I'll allow myself to be in contact with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But, like, you control that.
Yeah.
You just do.
But now you've kind of set your feet. you're ready for whatever comes. Like you kind of set your feet, right? You've got all that.
That's why going to the gym is so powerful, because like you got to get ready to go to war, man.
Yeah.
Like you wake up and like all of a sudden you walk outside and there's 300 soldiers ready to kick your ass, and you're
Right.
like, oh, I'm not ready yet. It's like, dude, you got to get ready, right? You got to do all whether it's meditation, whether it's scripture study, whether it's prayer, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's eating, like putting good food in your body in the morning, like do all those things before you go to war. David Goggins talks about that the best. And he's like, dude, he's like, I don't care what happens 7 to 5. That's a piece of cake. He's like, as long as from 5 to 7, whatever the hour is, right?
Yeah.
From 5 to 7, 4 to 7, he's like, those 2 hours, as long as I can make sure I dominate and I accomplish those things in the morning,
everything else runs.
Bro, nothing else matters. Because I am prepared to tackle whatever comes at me. Because you don't control what comes at you.
Oh.
You don't.
No.
You can control some of it, but a lot of it you can't. Shit happens. It just does.
Yeah.
Especially when you have teams and you have team members and you have clients.
Yeah, and you got a family.
Dude, they all have families. They have emergencies. Shit happens. People make mistakes. Customers make mistakes. Like, you know, then you have the religious crap going on. Then you have the school stuff going on. Then you have the government stuff going on.
And you're like, what is life, bro?
And you're like, what is happening? But those people that get so consumed in that shit, it's like, dude, it's because you're not working on yourself in the morning.
Right.
When you're working on yourself in the morning, like, oh, did you hear about this? What happened over there? I'm like, dude, oh, this happened in Israel. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't live in Israel, and I don't work with people in Israel, so I don't fucking care.
So I'm just chilling, bro. Yeah. And it's
not that it's not going to affect my family one day and all, but it's not going to affect my family right now.
Right.
And you're going to get so consumed and you're going to die before it even affects you.
Yeah.
To where you need to pivot and make a change in your lifestyle and your family or whatever. But like, dude, like, but prepare yourself.
Right.
Before, like, in the day, every morning, going to the gym every day for an hour has like completely changed.
Isn't that crazy?
And being quiet.
Yeah.
Learn to be quiet, because I personally hate quiet. Like it doesn't come natural to me. There's people that are like, they're homebodies. Like my wife, she's a homebody. She's like, oh, she loves being at home and being quiet in her room. And I'm like, the only thing I want in my room, sex, shower, and sleep. Other than that, like, I don't want to be in my room. It's just like, but I've literally had to like teach myself and train myself to be quiet and to listen, like you talked about.
I think if you're quiet, I think literally, dude, you do those two things, and I think most of the people that listen to this podcast, if they're not already doing them, I think their lives change. Be 100%. Quiet, go to the gym. Be quiet, connect with God, go to the gym.
But it's too easy, Weston.
We need to pace, and that's the other thing, dude. Is that's the craziest part, by the way. Sorry, and I'll shut up after this, but bro, over the last year, I've paid $150K probably for coaching. And every single time I get a coach, maybe more counting my personal trainer, they tell me one thing, or the one thing that I learned the most from them is do the shit that you already know that you should do. And they force you to do it. They get you to move. That's what a coach does. You already know what you should be doing, bro. You already know you should be going to the gym. You already know you should be praying. You already know that you should, whatever.
Yeah, take your wife on a date. Tell her you love her.
You know.
Yeah, spend quality time with your kids.
And then you get a coach and you're like, all right, I paid this coach $50K. Give me some magic. And then he goes, those things that we've been talking about that you were listening to on social media? Yeah, just do those things. And you're like, oh my gosh, my life has changed.
I paid $50,000 for that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, dude.
But you're still not doing it, bro.
But the $50K makes you do the thing.
Yeah.
So you pay the $50K, you do the thing, and now I'm like, my life is amazing. My life is different. Not because of any magic that Mike Garrett had or, Dylan, my personal trainer. It was literally just like, do the things that you should be doing, bro. That's it. You already know. You already know what you should be doing. Ladies
and gentlemen, Weston Wiltbank, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it. Dude, it's like I said, there's the what I try and do that's nothing to do with roofing, nothing to do with HVAC, right? But what I want to do and via voice and podcast is to bring in men that bring hope and inspiration and light to a world that it doesn't have a lot of that. Or you need to look a little harder to find it. And so I try and bring those people on. You're one of those guys.
Thanks, man.
So
that means a lot.
Thanks for being here. If you liked it, share it. Maybe share it with a buddy. Maybe share it with a friend that needs it, that's struggling, that's going through. We're all going to go through it. It's not if, but when. We're all going to go through it. You just are. As a man, you're going to go through shit. You just are. I was talking about it at the gym this morning. I was going through shit. And I'm like, dude, I was there 2 years ago. I was there 6 months ago. I was there 5 years. We're all going to go. And some are like, you're in the middle of it right now. And they're like, well, it hasn't happened to me yet. I'm like, get ready because it's going to happen.
It's coming.
Right? in your marriage. It's coming. If it hasn't come already, mine already came 2 years ago. Hopefully it doesn't come again. Hopefully it doesn't come again. Mine came 2 years ago, right? But like with your kiddos, same thing. And with business, and it's going to come over. But like I said, it's so giving hope and inspiration to these guys that are relatable, right? Because some of our mentors, they're just not relatable anymore. There's not.
Yeah, they're big.
Or they're like, they don't have any kids.
Yeah,
Like,
they're older.
Like, or they have no idea, right? You can't relate. You've never, or they're single. And I'm like, you don't know what it's like being married and having 6 kids.
Right.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
You can't relate. So of course you can put on 100-hour weeks. Yeah. It's you and your wife. Just make sure you tell her she's pretty and take her on date night once a week and you're good.
Exactly.
You have 6 little fuckers at home running around. You let take care of those guys and their sports and their activities and like
it's a full-time job,
things.
brother.
Oh my gosh. Isn't it?
I don't even know yet, man. I only got one, but I'll figure that out.
It's crazy. Dude, kids are the best. There's nothing better. Like live in the pecans, do your shit, have the Ferraris and Lambos and all the cars. There ain't nothing cooler than having kids. Nothing cooler.
Nothing
in the world.
world.
Okay. See you on the next one. Adios.